What's up, folks? It's your buddy Fatalroadie. I'm back from vacation to bring you the Raw recap. We started off with Roman Reigns coming out to the ring, getting booed. He tells the crowd that he owes everybody an apology, that he is not the champ that he says that he is. He says that his name is Joe, and he's been battling leukemia for 11 years, and has reared its ugly head back at him. And that because of this, he is stepping down as Universal Champion, but vows that he will be back and he will win the title once again. He leaves his belt in the ring, walks up to the top of the ramp where he's met by his Shield brothers. They hug and give the Shield fist bump. As someone who's lost somebody to cancer, I know this isn't any cool news, and I have been critical a little bit in regards to Roman Reigns, more precisely on how he's been pushed. But all of that aside, I do hope Roman Reigns makes a full recovery and returns back to action. We come to our first match, Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley. Lio Rush comes out, and I actually agree with Corey Graves that you need to get some earplugs. Dude. Bobby Lashley dominated for the opening points of this match, but Finn Balor was able to fight back and caught Bobby Lashley with a roll-up for the pin. This is a decent match. It was alright, with the exception of Lio Rush running his mouth. He honestly makes me wish the Iconics were around. We then have Sasha Banks versus Ruby Riott, with the Riott Squad, Bayley and Natalya at ringside. This is a decent match. Once again, we're involving as many women as possible into one match just to get them on the show. I understand Evolution's going to be this week, but still. However, there were some shenanigans from the Riott Squad, which were broken up by Bayley and Natalya. This, however, distracts Sasha Banks, which allowed Ruby Riott to get the Riott kick for the pin. Then DX comes out. They start to run down the Brothers of Destruction. After a while of running their mouths, the bell sounds, the arena goes dark, and on the Titantron, we have a scene of a graveyard. And Kane and The Undertaker says that DX can't win at Crown Jewel, and then show them tombstones of Triple H and Shawn Michaels. The Undertaker says that they will rest in peace, and then they proceed to bury a camera, or possibly a cameraman, who knows. It's after this that it's announced that at Crown Jewel for the Universal Championship, it will be Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, so it will be a regular singles match instead of a triple threat. We then have Paul Heyman coming out. He starts to talk up Roman Reigns for a bit, but then quickly shifts to the Crown Jewel match. As he starts to run down Braun Strowman, his music hits. He comes out. He tells Paul Heyman that he's going to beat Brock Lesnar's ass, and that when Roman Reigns gets better, he'll be the first one to have a shot at the Universal Championship. It was right after this that Drew McIntyre jumped Braun Strowman from behind in retaliation of what happened last week. We then have Elias in the ring, wasting time as usual. He's interrupted by Apollo Crews, which brings us to our next match, Elias versus Apollo. This is a pretty good match. Apollo showing a lot of offense, now being split from Titus Worldwide, but Elias was able to hit the drift away for the pin. We come back from the commercial with Elias back up on the stage. Jesus Christ. Why do we allow him to waste so much time? Thankfully, he was interrupted by Baron Corbin this time. He tells Elias that he needs to keep the show rolling and that there's no time for his performance. Elias then starts to sing that Baron Corbin is a puppet with Stephanie's hand shoved up his ass. What? Baron Corbin tells Elias to leave. He walks off, but before Baron Corbin makes any type of announcement, Elias comes running back out and smashes a guitar over the back of Baron Corbin. Then we have the Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey coming out for the contract signing for Evolution. This is a complete waste of time. We just skip it. Then we have a fatal four-way, Nia Jax, Ember Moon, Dana Brooke, and Tamina. Once again, we're just jamming everybody into one match. There really wasn't much to this match either. Ember Moon hit the Eclipse on Tamina for the pin. Okay. And then we come to our main event, Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for the Raw Tag Team titles. This is a really good match. They had a pretty long run time. Both teams were very physical, showing a lot of back and forth. Ziggler and McIntyre set up for the Zigzag Claymore. Ambrose trips McIntyre, and then Braun Strowman's music hits. He comes walking out. Throughout all this, the referee's knocked out. McIntyre and Strowman start to fight. They continue to fight all the way out through the crowd and out and backstage. Seth Rollins was able to hit the stomp. Dean Ambrose threw the referee back in to get the 3 count, and the Shield are now your new Raw Tag Team Champions. But as the Shield start to celebrate, Dean Ambrose hit the Dirty Deeds on Seth Rollins, starts beating him down, throws him out to the ringside, pulls up the mat, exposing the concrete, gives Seth Rollins another Dirty Deeds, and then he leaves through the crowd and they start chanting asshole to him. And with this, we end tonight's Raw. This is actually a pretty decent Raw. Most of the matches were pretty good. There were some that weren't really all that good. It's sad to hear about Roman Reigns having to step down to take care of his leukemia. Once again, I hope he gets better. And I guess we'll have to wait until next week to find out what happens with the tag team titles and what happens with Rollins and Ambrose. But that'll do it for this episode of Raw Recap. I'll be back tomorrow for the SmackDown review. Leave a comment down below of what you thought of tonight's Raw and what you thought of this video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I've been Fatalroadie. You've been awesome. Thank you very much for watching. And remember, if it's too loud, you're too old. See ya.